Tell us about Trapped. How did you come up with the idea, and how does it feel directing your third film?
It's not my idea. It's something that came to me as a like a cold email in my inbox, and I've kind of made it a habit of making sure I read every email after that. It's a script that a new writer called Amit Joshi just wrote. His first time writer wrote in this script and sent me the idea. I thought it was great. I thought it was something that I really wanted to do, and I always parked it away, thinking I'll work on it and do it as a film at some point in time. And then the time was right, and I just we developed the screenplay, and I spoke to Rajkumar. I said, "Are you free?" He said, "Yeah, I'm free." And then we just jumped in and did the film. So
Why did you choose Rajkumar Rao for the film?
he's a terrific actor. He's he's amazing. I mean, he's one of those rare guys who is he can do pretty much any kind of like role. You know, he can. And in this film, that he's had a chance in this film where he's playing a victim, and sometimes playing the hero, and there is he can play angry and he can play vulnerable, and he's got, but something just really nice about him. I think, and Rajkumar, you kind of like see the films he's done, whether it's a Kai Poche, or whether it's even his work in Vasipur, or whether his work in Queen, and he gives 100% everything he does, and I think that's just like, that's amazing. That here's a guy that you would want to kind of, I don't know.
You have worked with Rajkumar Rao on Queen. How was your experience directing him?
I didn't write Queen. I was just a producer. um, it was a close call. We were going to work with Rajkumar on Masan, and it didn't happen because we had a clash of dates and that kind of stuff and all. And something that we've always been looking forward to kind of like doing. And he'd already worked on Queen, and we had such a great experience with him because he was a guy who, when we did Queen, the fact that he'd had a national award, and he was the actor of Shahid, and he'd just been taken for City Lights and Hamari Adhuri Kahani, and he was on a high at that point in time, and he had no problems on Queen saying, "Yeah, I'll play the boyfriend, I'll play the asshole, I'll play the guy who's like that kind of stuff." He had no problem with that, right? Which is what you just love in an actor. Is like he's willing to just go. He'll do anything because he's like, it's all about the role, it's all about the film, it's all about the director, it's all about the people behind it, and that's just something that's really wonderful with a guy like that. And on Masan, like I said, it was a bit of a hit and miss. So in here, it was more about I just love his face, I love his vulnerability, and I just thought that he was perfect for the role.
Lutera and Udan both are niche films, and from the teaser of Trapped, it is on the similar lines. Are you planning to do a masala Bollywood film?
Who says Bollywood masala is what's working these days? Would you call Dangal Bollywood masala?
You were quoted somewhere that Rajkumar Rao was following a strict diet of black coffee and 2 carrots per day for his role in Trapped. Talk about that.
We did very little work on the character because the whole idea of the fact is that you wanted someone who, you wanted a normal person to be put in that situation, and if you start to prepare for it, then there's no fun, right? Because you're kind of like, then you're preparing for it, and then there's the natural part of a guy getting trapped and having to sort of like deal with the situation doesn't arise. So we did very little preparation in terms of character and stuff. We just knew that, okay, normal guy, this is the kind of person he is. So we worked on the kind of person he was and how he's going to play the role normally. And now you take that guy and you put him into the situation where he's now trapped. And now what happens to him? So I think our preparation is more about figuring out his personality, figuring out what he likes, what he doesn't like, those kind of things. Not so much. And then once we knew, okay, get in the apartment, we're going to be here for the next 20 days, then it was a question of like, okay, no eating, no whatever. And all that was him. I wasn't telling him what to do. He was just doing it by himself. He's like, I'm going to have a carrot and coffee. I'm like, are you kidding me? I would die if I had to do that.
Bollywood actors you definitely want to direct at some point in life.
Mr. Bachchan.
How are your films Bhavesh Joshi and AK versus SK coming along?
AK versus SK is not happening right now. Bhavesh Joshi is in the middle of shooting. We'll be done. We have a few more days left, and hopefully the film will be out end of the year.
Who, according to you, is one of the finest actors we have in the industry today?
Ranbir Kapoor, Ranveer Singh, Varun Dhawan, they're all great. Yeah.
One of the latest films you watched and thought was a director's dream.
Dangal, for sure. It is. Dangal is the director, and you kind of like watching like, wow, I wish I could do those scenes and stuff like that. And I wish I had a chance to sort of like do that. So happy watching the film and finally seeing a film which everything kind of comes together. Performances come together, the story comes together, the directing comes together, everything comes together.
You have been a writer, a producer, and now this is your third film as a director. How has the journey been?
It's been fulfilling because it's, we're trying, I think me personally and also at Phantom, we're trying in our small little way to kind of like change the world, right? Like, and it has been fulfilling because it's so nice when you sort of like look back sometimes that, I think by now we've ended up producing close to like 12 to 15 films, and the range of films is something that just makes us very proud. We kind of like see the fact that there's an Urta Punjab in there, and a Masan, and a Queen, and a Lutera, and an Ugly, and a Bombay Velvet, and a Shandar. I think there's a great joy in kind of like seeing that, at least you've gone there and you've made a mark and you've kind of like said that, hey, we want to do something different, and we've done something different, and I think we'll continue to do that. Yeah.
What are your expectations from Trapped?
100 crores. I don't know. I mean, I'm just hoping the audience loves the film. I'm hoping they go in there, they come in, they have a great ride, and they have a great time, and that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Thank you.